think one ideal thing for me, like with a husband, would be like a guy that loves dogs and loves taking care of dogs, because I love dogs, but I mostly just love to cuddle with them and take selfies, and I like to take care of them too, but I'm just being honest. I don't like to get up at 5 a.m. and take them out to go to the bathroom. So I would love if like my husband loved to do that stuff, because then I wouldn't feel bad for being like, oh, can you take the dog out? And he'd be like, oh, I love to do that. And I'm like, yes, you do. Hello and welcome to Team Single here at the Jamie Gray Show, where I talk about singlehood and dating and life and love and all those things. I'm glad you guys joined me. People ask me a lot, you know, the whole having been single my entire life thing. They want to know, like, what's the holdup? Like, are you just super picky? And yes, I am picky. But people want to know, like, what's on my, like, must-have list or, like, must-not-have list. I first started with the whole list thing when I was probably 16 or 17 years old, and nearly 10 years later, the list has gotten much shorter, so much shorter to the point that I can, I mean, it's actually less than 5 things on my list. A lot of times we as women, we have so many like things and requirements for guys, like so many like hoops they have to jump through and hurdles that we hold guys to these unfair standards. And I'm on the other end like, accept me for my flaws, just accept me for who I am, because life is hard, but be perfect. This is not fair. My very basic list when it comes to, you know, the kind of guy that I want to date and eventually marry, I would say, you know, my faith is extremely important to me, and so we have to be on the same page there. I would like for him to be taller than me. That would be ideal. I would like to be physically attracted to him, but I don't really have any like thing on a list as far as like skin color or eye color or anything like that. If I was gonna get like super picky, like I would kind of like it if I'm like, my husband and I are not some people, and if somebody's like, let's go hiking, if he was like, like that would be very attractive to me. It's not that I don't like hiking, I just kind of feel like I feel like when you go hiking, you climb up this mountain and you see the top of it and you've made it, and I don't understand why you would make yourself go back down it, like you just saw all of that stuff. Like, I also am allergic to grass, trees, and sunlight, so I think that could be a lot of the reason why I don't like outdoor adventures in general. I'm just not trying to like marry someone that loves to go camping and hiking, but at the same time, like, you always grow and you always learn, and maybe I'll end up with a guy that, I don't know, teaches camping classes, and it'll just be hilarious. Are there camping classes? That thing? I also love to cook, and I'm not saying that I want to marry someone that can't cook, but I always have this fear of like, what if my food, like what if he thinks that my food's not that great and he likes his way better? He's like, oh, I can cook better than you or whatever. I would just kind of like, if he just like had no standards as far as food, because like then everything I like cook will be amazing. I don't mean this to sound like boastful, but 90% of the things that I've cooked for my family and friends, they really do enjoy them. And so I'm not really worried about that, but I do think about it on occasion. I'm like, what if he doesn't like the tacos that I make? Or like, what if he doesn't like the salmon that I make? Like, what if he hates salmon and tacos, like two of my strengths? I would love to be married to someone that's really close to their family, whether that's like their parents and their siblings, or if they've built an incredible community with their friends and their neighbors. I'm also very passionate about adventure and very passionate about the fact that you can have everything in your life figured out, but something exciting or even scary can come up, and it's time to all of a sudden forget about those plans and jump into something new. You know, for example, my parents met in Los Angeles, my dad's hometown, my mom's hometown is Georgia. They met in Los Angeles, and my dad felt called to Georgia to start a church, which is so far away from his home and everything that he knows. And I'm not saying it was easy for him. I'm not saying that he was just like, I'm gonna do it because I like adventure. But he jumped in, he went for it. I remember once there was a guy that he was single and I was also single, and we were talking a lot and texting a lot. And before it could even turn into, could this be a relationship, he very plainly laid out his life plan for me, and you know, pretty much let me know, like, if you're not willing to fit this model for my life, we don't need a date. I think I wanted to be heartbroken, and I was definitely annoyed and just kind of like a little taken aback, but I was also so grateful that he let me know, because there was like no room for life to happen in his life plan, and that was not very attractive to me. The ability to just yeah, just be able to go for whatever maybe in life would be really cool. And also I really am drawn to people that are very like passionate and very driven about, you know, their goals and their dreams in life, you know, which could sound a little bit contradictory to the last thing that I just said, but there's something about a guy, whether it's he's really focused on his music and pursuing that, or whether it's a coach and he's really committed to his team. It could be ministry, or maybe he's a construction worker and he's really committed to his company and his co-workers. I think it's a really attractive trait as humans when we are very focused and passionate and driven about our goals and our dreams and the plans that we have, and following those through and seeing those through. I think that'd be really cool. Like, nobody wants to be in a relationship where like they're the only one that's like, you know, honey, what'd you do today? And then they're the only ones talking about, you know, their day and the exciting things that happen, or the stressful things that happen, or the crazy things that happen. And then they say to their spouse, you know, how was your day? Oh, you know, just saw a turtle. I've noticed that with two of my best friends. I've been friends with Destiny and Mariah since kindergarten. Destiny is now a pediatrician and Mariah is a vet, so they're really smart. And even though I don't really understand a lot of what they do for a living, I don't really understand all of the, you know, stories that they may tell me, it's so cool to hear their stories because they're so excited and they're so passionate about what they do, and they're doing it for the right reason. And it's just really inspiring to hear their stories, even on a friendship level. And so I like to be surrounded by people that are really passionate about what they do and why they do it. And I hope for that in a dating relationship as well. People always ask me, you know, would I date a musician? Do I want to date a musician, or do I want to date someone that's totally removed from it? And you know, of course, as musicians, you know, you think it'd be really convenient to like marry a producer, like, you know, marry an attorney. Oh my goodness, if you're like a financial advisor, just certain like jobs that would be so great, that works so well with mine. But seriously guys, if he like owns a circus, or if he does like shoe repair, whatever it is, if someone is truly passionate about what they do and about, you know, how they got there and where they're headed, honestly guys, like even though I'm like not into camping, like I would rather like be with a guy that, you know, he is a custom tent maker and he knows everything about, you know, tents and how they're built and how you create them, and he's so excited about it all the time and it's his favorite thing, but it also stresses him out and he gets really into it and really focused about it. That'd be really, really cool. I'd rather be with a guy like that than a guy that like can sing like nobody's business, but he's just really prideful about it and he just knows he's good and he's just like, yeah, I just do this because it's just kind of my thing. I'm just gonna post it so like, come on, bleh, vomit. Like I can sing myself to sleep. I don't need that in my life. I wouldn't be mad about dating a musician. I mean, oh my goodness, like Johnny Swin, hello, they're friends of mine and I'm also their biggest fan. Like that'd be so cool. But at the end of the day, I think, you know, you can never really plan out or map out the perfect guy. That's not even a thing. It's just, I don't know, two awesome people who are both working toward their dreams and goals. They end up meeting in the middle and it's a really cool situation. Also, when talking about jobs, like people always want to know like, okay, would you marry a guy that, do you want him to make more money than you or like make less money than you? That's not something that I even think about. I mean, of course I think about the context of like, we have to make sure that we can pay bills and stuff because that's like a smart thing to think about. But I don't really care about the stuff that I think I'm supposed to care about as far as, oh, he has to have this kind of job, he has to make this amount of money, or I don't think about that kind of stuff at all. Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me, and that could mean that he has a job similar to mine, or that could mean that he has a job that people would think like, oh, that's not a fancy job at all. Nah, but Jesus was a carpenter, so boom. All right guys, so those are a lot of my thoughts and feelings. I don't know what that was, but when it comes to like dating and the kind of guy that I plan on dating and marrying and all that stuff in the future, hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments below. You can leave a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, thumbs down is broken, so you gotta do the thumbs up anyway. It'll get to me, I promise you. Thank you so much for watching this. You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jamie Grace H, and you can hit me up on Snapchat and Apple Music at the Jamie Grace. Would love to hear from you guys if you want to say hello or something like that. All right, leave a comment below if you have any other questions about stuff like this for Team Single or stuff like anything else. I don't know. All I know is my name is Jamie Grace and I'm glad that you watched this video. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. I will see you soon. Ugh, I miss you already. Bye.
I'm a little different.